Welcome back to our channel Miss Theorius, where we bring you the latest updates on intriguing mysterious cases. In today's video, we will reveal the shocking truth about the gruesome story of Selena Shelley Faye and try to answer the big question. Did the police really resolve the case, or did they cover up what really happened to her? This mysterious story took place in early 2020. A 16-year-old girl vanished under mysterious circumstances. However, the investigation only added to the confusion, leaving the case as one of the most perplexing in recent years, despite the police's conclusion. Native American Serena Shelley Faye was born on June 18, 2003, in Harding, a town in Bighorn County, Montana, on an Indian reservation. She was known for her kind, cheerful, and active nature, with a passion for basketball and horseback riding. Selena aspired to open her own farm after graduating from high school and compete in professional races. Despite enduring multiple tragedies, including the suicide of her 11-year-old twin sister in 2014, the death of her brother by a police officer in 2017, and the loss of her older sister in a hit-and-run accident the same year, Selena maintained a positive outlook. These incidents reduced her family from 5 children to just 2. Their journey of sorrow continued when, on New Year's Eve 2020, Selena and her friends attended a party at a country house, where they remained until the following day. As they drove back to Harding on January 1st, the car they were in experienced a malfunction, forcing the driver to park it at a nearby stop and attempt repairs. He temporarily fixed the problem, but warned that the car could break down again any time. Therefore, he requested Selena and her friend Orlando to wait at the bus stop until his mother arrived to pick them up. She was expected to arrive within 15 minutes by car. The driver's explanation seemed dubious as to why their friends left them at a remote bus stop. However, this was the driver's account of the situation. There was an alternative version that suggested the driver had to leave immediately after fixing the car to prevent it from stalling again. According to this version, Selena and her friend had gone too far, prompting the others to leave without them and send one of their mothers to find them. However, this version was not documented by the police, but was only reported by local media. The confirmed information starts from the point where the driver's mother arrived at the bus stop, but found the girls missing. The mother assumed they might be nearby and began searching for them. Eventually, she found Orlando sitting in a ditch looking bewildered, missing her shoes, and with scratches on her feet. However, Selena was not with her. Orlando had no recollection of how she ended up there or where she was. Concerned, the driver's mother contacted Selena's parents, who immediately notified the police about her disappearance. The police's initial step was to interview Orlando. Selena was last seen walking off into a field and her friend never saw her again. Police organized a large-scale search, including service dogs, mounted police, helicopters, ATVs, and drones with heat sensors. The case took on such proportions due to a sad statistic that Native Americans in Montana go missing more often than other segments of the population. News of Selena's disappearance quickly spread throughout the city, and hundreds of volunteers joined the search, but the search yielded no results. Of course, police examined the car in which Selena and her friends drove home and also questioned all her friends who had been with her that day. And here are things that are just as strange. Investigators have not released any information related to this. The friends may not have told them anything useful, but the public was waiting for at least some details. Then the police decided to pursue another theory. What if Selena had been kidnapped from that bus stop? This theory ran counter to the story of a friend who claimed Selena had gone into the field, but the kidnapping theory received some support as well. A witness reported seeing a green car with Wyoming plates near the bus stop. As the days went by, the search yielded no results, so most people began to consider the kidnapping version as the main one. Reports poured into police that people had seen the girl in various places, but all these leads proved useless. Police examined security camera footage of the places where Selena was allegedly seen, and she was not there. The police also tried to track the location of the girl's smartphone, but they were unsuccessful. It was turned off. The investigation continued in such ignorance until January 20th. On that day, 3 weeks after Selena's disappearance, the most mysterious event in the whole story happened. The girl's body was finally found. It was found just a mile from that very bus stop. The body was discovered by the Bighorn County Sheriff. who went by the Indian name Big Hair. Let's refresh your memory on key points. Hundreds of volunteers on foot, dozens of horseback riders, service dogs, a helicopter, drones with heat sensors, and a search radius of about 6 kilometers. For all that, the body is found within a kilometer of the bus stop. At this point, everyone had one question. How could they not notice? Well, a particular note is the fact that the place where Selena was found is practically a bare field. The Bighorn County Sheriff's Office said the preliminary version is that death was due to natural causes. On February 28th, more than a month after the body was found, the results of the medical examination came back. The report, signed by 4 doctors, cited hypothermia as the cause of death. All of this raised even more questions and distrust on the part of the public. Search parties couldn't find Selena in an open field for 20 days, and she allegedly died of hypothermia, 1 kilometer away from the road. The temperature that day was about 8 degrees Celsius. Selena was wearing a light jacket and sweater, which may not have been sufficient for prolonged exposure. It is possible for a healthy 16-year-old girl to freeze to death in such conditions, despite the proximity of a highway where she could have sought help. The police faced questions about why Selena deliberately waited to die in one place and froze to death. Visibility issues hindered the use of drones and a helicopter in the search due to heavy fog. Search units passing near Selena did not notice her, and the dogs involved were service dogs on leashes to prevent them from attacking searchers. Selena's family and the Native American community found these explanations unconvincing and demanded a thorough investigation into her murder. They suspected the sheriff, who had a questionable past, of being involved in the crime and subsequent cover-up. However, it remains unclear what might have happened if the sheriff had indeed taken Selena to an undisclosed location. The 4 medical examiners signed a report that clearly stated there were no marks on the girl's body indicating a violent death. They could only confirm death from hypothermia. Given the FBI's involvement, could the sheriff have gotten the 4 doctors to cover something up, or could he have kept Selena outside until she actually died of hypothermia? Sounds doubtful. There is another version of what happened. The teens were drinking on New Year's Eve, as the initial toxicology report indicates, but no one knows what they did the next day. They may have continued drinking or taken some kind of illegal substance. As for alcohol, it is unlikely to be relevant. A person would need to drink a lot to just go into a field, lie on the ground, and lie down long enough to die of hypothermia. Even taking into account the fact that Selena was only 16 years old, this theory is somehow not believable. But the version about banned substances could explain a lot. First, let's remember Selena's friend, who was sitting in a ditch with no shoes and scratched feet. Then let's remember the extremely strange story about the broken-down car and the unclear reasons why the boys left the girls at a deserted bus stop. Perhaps the teens did take something, but it was too much for the bodies of the 2 girls. The boys could have gotten scared and just left them at the bus stop. But this theory is greatly undermined by the fact that the driver did call his mother, who came to pick up the girls just 15 minutes later. The girls' condition during the incident is unclear, but it is unlikely that they would have involved their parents if they were in an inadequate condition. However, there are some peculiarities regarding their company. Selena's friend posted several short videos on Snapchat during the trip, one of which shows someone trying to fix something under the open hood of the car. Simultaneously, 2 guys near the back passenger seat were engaged in an aggressive argument. The exact nature of the situation remains unknown, as all individuals present that day are remaining silent. Additionally, 2 of them have relocated to other states, and Orlando has deleted her Facebook page. The situation is quite unusual. Despite more than a year passing, none of them have addressed the concerns of the local Native American community and other concerned individuals. The police have also remained silent regarding the other teenagers involved. This has created a persistent suspicion that there is a deliberate concealment of information in this case. The official explanation appears questionable, suggesting that Selena simply entered the field, walked for a few hours, and then lay on the ground. However, the police arrived at the scene a few hours later, making it unlikely that she continued walking unnoticed. Additionally, despite extensive search efforts aided by modern technology, hundreds of people were unable to locate her, only for her body to be discovered 20 days later, a kilometer away from the road. The circumstances suggest that her body may have been placed there after the active search phase concluded. The police claim that there were no signs of tire tracks or other evidence indicating that the body was moved to that location, but their credibility is questionable in this case due to the sheriff's controversial history. On the other hand, the involvement of the FBI in the investigation indicates that they would not protect a local sheriff. Consequently, each version of events presents its own inconsistencies. The girl's family is still looking for answers now, 1.5 years later. They only have one son left of their original 5 children. They are requesting that word about their daughter spread so that they can attempt a fresh, unbiased investigation. What do you believe actually transpired to Selena? Post your ideas in the comments section to share with us. For more thrilling crime mystery case, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.